Live. Hello, hello. My name is Eirdís. I'm an Icelandic Chinese artist. I'm currently in Tokyo in this little studio preparing for my upcoming solo exhibition in January. And we are simply going to be drawing and chatting today. Very, very casually. Not gonna do what I did yesterday, which was to attempt to give my take on the entire 12 zodiacs. No, we're actually just gonna keep it very, very chill. Hang out over here. If you wanna join me, hi artist, S2E through Y, hi again. Today we're not gonna try anything ambitious like, give my take on the 12 zodiac signs, but we're just gonna hang out, literally. So I'll be drinking tea. I also got 2 soft drinks. I'm gonna go get it. I'm sitting on a pillow right now. Like, we're very cozy at home slash studio. Give me a second. Okay, do you guys like my leopard pants, by the way? How cool are my leopard pants? They're so comfy. They're so wide fitted. I love it. And then I'm wearing my Biters shirt, which I got at a Biters concert in New York City. So it's actually my studio. So I can stay over here, but the function of the place is an art studio. I also have another place that I stay at. But because I usually make art till really late, by the way, hit the like button, guys. You know the drill. Show some love. Yeah, because I tend to create until very late, I just crash here a lot of the times. But it's just a small studio space. I would have gotten a place without a bed, but as a foreigner in Japan, it's actually, your options are really scarce. They're not so, like, the places here are not so foreigner friendly, so you have to go through these different institutions or companies that are foreigner friendly, and those options are, not so many. And yeah, use a random alphabet. What's up, what's up? I still haven't heard your latest drop, but I'm proud of you for posting your music now on Instagram every day. So I'm pretty much just coming in very casual style to hang out with you guys. No plans this time, because I think it kind of burns me out when I go live and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk about this subject. Like, nah, I think I'm just gonna go live and have a good time. One second. Okay. Thank you. I love my pants too. I think they're so cool. They're mostly really comfortable. Is it Thanksgiving? Oh my gosh, happy Thanksgiving, guys. I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving. Cool. Yeah. Like I've said, you've been here for a while, but I have another studio in Beijing that is way bigger, proper. It's like a proper office space. It's super cool. The windows are awesome. I'm obsessed with that studio, except I don't like my floors. My floors are dark brown and it's so chaotic. But besides that, I love that space. However, because you need a VPN in China, you just can't get proper like live streaming going on there. So this is what you get for now, and then we'll see. Like, honestly, my life is a little bit of a mess right now. Okay, let's use a different word. Let's use positive words. My life is very confusing at the moment. That's not positive either. My whereabouts is sort of all over the place. So my studio in China, which is supposed to be my base, I've not really been in China that much this year. And, I'm continuing to pay for rent. So I'm sort of like, man, I should probably move that studio setup to either a storage in Beijing or a smaller studio or something, just like lower the cost, because I am more often abroad at this moment. But let's see. I'm hoping to just like fully, maybe 70% be off the grid essentially, and move things more online. And that's what we're doing. We're starting that here. Doesn't know. Oh yes, user random alphabet was like so against Instagram and was really paranoid about putting himself out there on the socials, and I'm over here every day just going live with not really a plan at all. I mean, hey, I'm so casual just chatting with you guys. Did it freak me out before I did this? 100%. It still kind of terrifies me because I'm like, oh my gosh, who's gonna be on my live streams? Are my friends and family gonna be on here? Are they gonna be like, you know, are people gonna judge me? Like, there's all these thoughts that go on in my mind, but I just feel like when in doubt, you know, a lot of times by doing the act you're afraid of, you get better rapport of whether or not you should continue, and then you can also adjust. So if you try it and you don't like it, then just stop. But if you try it and you're like, oh, that wasn't so bad, but hey, maybe I can tweak it like this and that, you know, now you have momentum going. But if you're just in your head about it and you're super afraid of taking action, I mean, like, dude, you're gonna die. Like, you know, you want to be on your deathbed and be like, man, I wish I freaking went live. I doubt that that's what would happen, but hey, at least I can cross that off my list, right? Personally, I've actually quite enjoyed going live. I just feel like it's confusing because it still feels very private, very personal, but maybe that's just going to be the vibe. Who knows? I don't know the direction of these lives. And I say that in every live. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I enjoy it. I enjoy hanging out with you guys, talking to you guys, and I have a feeling that eventually this is all going to make sense. So we're just going to continuously show up because it feels like the path, I don't know if it's the path of least resistance, but it is something that's bringing me joy. So the more I do it, the more I realize like I enjoy doing this, so I can continue doing this. And I think we have a good family going. User Random Alphabet has just been incredible at like navigating the chats as well and helping me like clean things up when it's, you know, annoying. But so far I feel like most people here have been awesome, and I think we're all vibing on that deeper plane. I feel like you guys get me when I go on my existential rants, and I feel like honestly at this period where I am refinding myself, I've gone through that period so many times in my life that I find it crazy that I'm going through it again. But I think in a way, yeah, like I feel like the whole world is refinding itself now. We are all navigating like, who do we want to be in this new period where AI is essentially becoming an everyday part of our lives, and how are we going to navigate that space? Who do we want to be in that space? Like, what do we want to create in that space? And I've personally been going through a big mind fluff in terms of what I'm building, to the point where I was like, do I even want to continue being an artist? Because the whole world is so confusing right now. Like, what am I doing? The art world is collapsing. Okay, maybe we shouldn't say collapsing, but it really is going through massive changes. And it just feels like you can't rely on any systems right now because so many of the outdated systems are just falling apart. So what do? You know, are you gonna quit? That's the place that I find myself in, sort of in this space of like, what's going to happen now, you know, and trying not to get in my head and being the negative thoughts, but just realizing this is just part of life. And anyway, what I can do is take the next foot forward, which is something that I've always been curious about, like doing live streams, and doing more videos. But I've done videos in the past and they're so time consuming and they're just not gratifying. Like, I don't get as much out of them because it's, considering how much work goes into them, it's really not worth it. So here I am doing lives, and so far this is way more enjoyable. I'm not saying that User Random Alphabet should go live, but hey, I'm just saying it is actually kind of fun. I've actually never really like gone on anyone's lives before, funnily enough. I think maybe accidentally I clicked on an artist going live. But from what I can tell also, it's just so many times people just being human. And maybe that's what a lot of us are starved for right now, because we got AI, we have so much fake stuff online that people just want someone real to hang out with or, you know, chat about what's going on, right? Okay, I'm gonna go through what you guys are writing. Yeah, social anxiety and hangups. Dude, I mean, like, we've talked about anxiety in the past. I'd be happy to talk about anxiety again here. I'm actually just taking a break right now on drawing. Like, I mean, if I feel like I'm running out of juice to talk about, I'll just draw. It's like my paper's right here. But otherwise, I'm kind of enjoying this virtual chat right now. But, you know, we can always talk about anxiety, guys. I live with it. I breathe it. It's something that, you know, moods, anxiety, emotions, that's my world. That's my world on a daily basis. And some days it's worse than others, but ultimately, you know, it is a jam that we can jam whenever on my channel. So you guys just write in the messages if you want to talk about that, and I can give you pointers. Man, Final Destination. Nah, isn't that the horror film thing? I think my friends dragged me to Final Destination. It is the horror one, right? Like the killing and stuff like that. Dragged me to that movie in the cinema when I was like really young, and I thought, because it sounded like some anime or something, I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be like cartoon, awesome. And then people just started dying, and I got claustrophobic, and I put my headphones on and closed my eyes throughout the entire movie. So I was like, I'm not watching this. This is freaking me out. I'm too sensitive for things like that. Yeah, user random alphabet. Yeah, it's because, you know, it's like just caring so much about your image, caring so much about how you come off. I mean, hey, I get you. I feel that way about these lives, honestly. I'm still like unsure, you know, even just making the lives public afterwards without really having a clear direction as to how I'm building my channel yet kind of freaks me out, because I'm just jumping before I'm ready, you know? And that's so not my style. Like, yeah, I guess going in with a zodiac, I'm like, as a Capricorn, I like to be prepared, and I'm so not prepared for the lives. And I actually feel like that's why it's been kind of therapeutic and cathartic in a sense. Like, I'm learning so much, and I feel like it's allowing me to let go a lot. It's like, you know, just let life sort of take you, and I really believe in that as well. Like, sometimes, not sometimes, we think we know better, but we don't. Like, the universe sometimes just has a way better plan for us in place. And when you're so fixed and stubborn about the idea that you have about where you're going, or what you want to, you know, manifest in your life, quote unquote, then you're actually restricting all the other possibilities that it could be. It could be way more magnificent. You know, maybe the universe is like, hey, you need to move from this country to this country because this country is just way more abundant for you. But you would have never even thought of that. So I think it's important to just let go of control as much as you can, honestly. But obviously don't fall into like laziness. Like, when you get that inspiration coming from a divine place, follow it, listen to it. Like, we're way more intuitive than we understand. And I think if you're resisting even the words that I'm saying, I think it's unnecessary effort. Like, it's just unnecessary. I think when people are like skepticism is unnecessary momentum. You might as well just follow the momentum of the flow instead of being skeptical of the flow, because now you're actually using energy to hinder your growth. It's like, it's just unnecessary. You might as well just believe. Believing is easier than not believing, you know? Nice. I see user random alphabet helping me, you know, clean up the chats. I appreciate it. Hello, Brazil. Hi, hi, hi. We got 28 likes already. Look at that. Look at us rock and rolling. That's amazing. You know, if we keep this up, then I could have shorter lives and we just like quality over quantity. But I do still like drawing. You know, it's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time. I'm trying to become way more efficient about my lives so that I can be here for my family, you know, my fam, you guys, but at the same time, like not get in the way of my physical life. I don't know if you guys have a problem with that. You know, we're all here online, but do you feel like you're sometimes just way more online and you're neglecting your physical self, your physical reality, the people in your actual lives? I think it's just gonna get weirder, you know, as time progresses, honestly, because I think more and more people are just gonna be on their phones, like living in this virtual meta world. I'm real, Rakesh Sharma. Of course, that's the whole point. I think that's what you guys are here, because unlike a lot of the crap that you see online, this stream is very much just hanging out with a human. I was thinking that today about going live. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I think you could totally consider it, especially like I don't know how lives work on Instagram, honestly. I tried it once, but it terrified me because I have so many friends and family on Instagram. I was like, I don't know. And then like all these galleries following me. And personally, I kind of like the idea of developing a separate community on YouTube that doesn't have much to do with like the other community that I have on Instagram. That's just me personally, because I still do get in my head about it. But the fact that YouTube is so fresh and new for me and it feels like another corner of the world, I just feel so much freedom in the person that I can be on here. I can just be maybe way more authentic, you know. Instagram to me still feels like a facet, and I feel like everyone seems to be into that on Instagram, you know. So it's like I'm still playing around with like just how authentic I can appear on Instagram. But anyway, YouTube, it's like let's go. Hi Wendy the Wolf. Nice. Read drums, getting haircuts. Happy Tuesday, Daniel Barris Ports Highlight. That's a very long name. Yes, everyone. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for the likes. Damn, so many deleted comments. What are people writing? What? You know? It's just a Tuesday, guys. Like, what's all the beef about? I haven't seen the messages because, user random alphabet is like killing it over here. Taking a step out, wait 1 second, of our comfort zones. Hi, T-Money. Can transition from our own tunnel. Yes, I am very... It's weird. I mean, we're all full of contradictions, but I would say, like, in terms of my actions, I can be quite tunnel vision. I can get very comfortable with just doing things. Like, when I have an idea of what I want, I'm pretty focused, I would say. Like, overall. On a day-to-day basis, I'm scatterbrained. But in terms of the overall direction, I tend to be pretty focused. And so when that idea of what I want kind of pops or collapses and feels like it's got holes in it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not a worthwhile goal, I fully just break down and I'm like, oh gosh, like what now is pulling me forward? And that's when I experience depression, essentially, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have my North Star. And it's a sad day, I feel, when a Capricorn doesn't have their North Star. I think Sagittarius is as well. Yeah. But I think with Capricorns, it's like, maybe it's really hardcore just because it's like, we're so steady and stable and we're so, like, in terms of our goal, we don't really change that goal very often. So when something's wrong with that long-term goal, it can be a proper breakdown. I think maybe with Sages, it seems to be like the cycle renews itself quite frequently. So yeah, they break down, but they end up finding another goal that is maybe also not so steady. And then they break down because, you know, when that doesn't go the way they thought, then they find another thing. But like, I think with Caps, it's like we take ages to find that goal that's worthwhile going towards. And then, and like, there shouldn't be anything wrong with that goal because we spent ages developing that goal. So if that goal suddenly becomes all like unworthy, it's like a huge mindfuck, you know? It can be like a year just like of depression because you're like, I don't even want to be here anymore. Why am I even here for? Like, okay, Madeline's making pizza. That's cool. I love it. I love it. We're just all chilling here. If I can answer to, I think the universe has intelligence, but itself is just a medium. Yes, I totally agree. I mean, I think everything around us is intelligent. And that's one of the things that I love about Japan is that, I can't remember how the saying for this, but they perceive everything as having a soul. Like all objects have a soul. So kind of the idea of like before you eat, you pray and you're like, thank you for, you know, like integrating with my soul. And I think that's really beautiful. So I think like we need to get out of our heads and realize that we're not as powerful as the universe. So who are we to dictate the direction of our life with our limited human minds when the universe is like already sees all the possibilities for us and is like, you think you want that, but these 10 options are just way better. So calm your titties and relax because we got to figure it out. But like the trust in that is so important, I feel. The subtle casual plane is more intriguing. Yeah. I feel you. SO35 ... Your generation is obsessed with popularity online. My nephew's popularity channel, but in real life he's not the same. Oh, that's crazy, Radium. I don't even like, I guess it is, I wouldn't say the word obsession, although I guess you could say that. I just feel like, I don't know, like, it depends what you're doing, right? But I think that in a lot of cases, let's say you're creative, it's just a smart idea to go online and introduce yourself and your work online because it opens up so many more doors. And personally, I feel like at least on YouTube, I am doing my best to pretty much be as much myself authentically. I say a lot of things that are quite personal on here. But like I said earlier, Instagram, I'm maybe a little bit more curated in terms of what I post. But in these lives, you're pretty much getting me, you know, and you've also witnessed my mood swings. There are days when I come on here and I'm just so low energy and I have zero ability to entertain at all. And then other days I come on here and I'm like super passionate, excited about life. I'm like, let's talk, everyone. What? Really? I give you a panic attack when I tell you I'm going live? Yeah. Wait. Oh yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. You're saying on Instagram. Yeah, going live on Instagram just feels scary. But going live on YouTube, I don't know, maybe it's because people on YouTube we're here for more realness. Like you want to either be educated or you want some human interaction. I think people are just chilling, relaxing, maybe at work listening to something to calm them down, you know. So I feel like YouTube is a totally different, there's a different expectation for people. On Instagram, it seems like everyone's just sort of going into a gallery. Like they're just like, I want to see the curated stuff. I want to see the good stuff. Yeah, I have very expressive fingers. Fred, that's so hilarious. It's so funny. Well, how about we freaking get 700 viewers on here, right? Shall we manifest it together? Where's all the people's powers at? Let's like make it happen, okay? I'm ready for the surprise on here on YouTube. Let's go, let's go. Where are my scissors? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I got so many crazy gadgets here. Should I show you guys? Look at these scissors. They're like crocodile teeth, kind of. Thank you, RXT. Okay, you know what? I realized I didn't even put my audio. How's my audio sounding? We're just using phone audio right now. But I can sharpen for you guys. Can do a little. But if I was using my mic, it would be more ASMR. I used to be able to bend the universe to my will to achieve what I wanted. Because there would be no one around me in the end. The universe had better plans for me. Yeah, use a random alphabet. So I was actually just pointing out like when we're forcing something to happen, right? Like when we really want an outcome and we have a desire in mind and we're bringing that momentum self-generated, we're going to probably get that thing that we wanted. However, once we get it, it's unlikely to match the level of push that we put into it, the drive we have to get there, that we'll probably be disappointed or it's unsustainable. So oftentimes you'll see people make a ton of money. They're so focused, they're like, I'm gonna make a lot of money, and then they make a lot of money because they had so much force. But then they burn out and they lose all that money because they did not follow a very like an effortless flow. If you follow an effortless flow and you get to that place, then you have so much energy to hold all of it. That's how I see it now anyway. I just feel so much more chill. I'm so excited to be in my 30s, to be honest, because I feel just way more chill. Feel way more chill than my 20s. All right, guys? I was the opposite of chill in my 20s. My friends, so one of my friends, he can read auras. I don't know. I mean, I believe him. He's one of my best friends. But you can believe it or not, but he basically sees colors and like in people's energy fields. And he said when we used to hang out like back at university a long time ago, he said my energy was like I had all the colors in my field. So that meant I was very scattered. I was like a rainbow, you know, just depending on the minute, depending on the mood. Like just imagine how floaty that feels. And then he saw me after I became a full-time artist, and I obviously found my grounding. I found the thing that anchors me. And he said my energy field had become blue, which is, you know, I guess like a very deep, very intuitive, kind of more grounded, but more like emotional sort of thing, but like deep, you know, that kind of thing. And I think that's, yeah, I think that kind of makes sense. Can't remember why I said that. Totally forgot why I mentioned the aura thing. We got 40 likes, look at that. Just want human interaction, loner life. Yes, RX, that's why we're here. I also lead a loner life. I'm an artist. I mean, it's a lot of solitude. And you know what? I like the solitude. I was just thinking, like, I go through phases where I spend way too much alone and way too much time alone. And then I get over myself and I'm like, I'm going insane. I'm starting to freaking see metaphysical creatures in my studio. Like I'm losing my shit, you know? So then I go into my extroverted self and I'm like, I just want to hang out with people and experience everything in life. I just want to meet new people, new experiences. And I was kind of in that phase a little bit for the last 2-3 months. And now I'm realizing I'm sort of coming down from that. I'm like, ooh, I actually really just like being by myself, honestly. So I just go through these like waves. But I would say like, I enjoy the balance. I really like being by myself, but I think doing lives is sort of a nice balance of social, because you guys are not here in my studio bombarding me, but I'm getting like a dose of all of you in like the kind of distance that I like it. YouTube, let's see. Live people. YouTube live people sit in the camera and do nothing. Yes, I'm sitting inside the camera and do nothing. Yeah, honestly, today, I mean, I hit live, right? And I was like, I'm just gonna chat and literally do nothing, but maybe draw. So I was gonna draw and talk, but this is way more quality time, so I'm actually just chatting with you guys. And then when I feel like ending it, I will end it, and then I might draw. Or if I feel like drawing while we're chatting, I might do that. I'm just going with the flow. Why do some females get long nails? Because it's pretty. Because we're taking care of ourselves. Because it makes me feel feminine. Because it makes me feel powerful. JK, but not really, actually. It does make me feel powerful. I'm getting way more used to having long nails now. It was a bit weird when I first got the extensions. Ooh. I will show you more of my art tools. I actually bought a bunch of pins. See how these pins are? I've been using these pins on my drawings. Yes. Because I feel like it makes interesting texture. I also have these colorful pins. Very random, but it's just something I do. Hi, Cortland Hall. What's up, what's up? Am I Spider-Man? Yes, I am. How to say cat in Chinese? Mao. Which is perfect. Mao. Meow. Mao. He subscribed for the free nachos. Right. We totally have free nachos. Right. Money, Red Dead Redemption. Why would 30s make you more chill? Because... Do you want the astrological perspective, or do you want the hormonal perspective, or the biological perspective? Okay. I guess your hormones chill out, right? And then your neurochemistry. I don't know about the neurochemistry part, but I think definitely your neurochemistry chills out overall. Your hormones chill out, and from an astrological perspective, you've already spent 30 years with your chart, with your energy profile, so nothing really shocks you. You're just like, oh yeah, you know, I have ADD. I am kind of crazy in these ways, 3 ways. And like, you've already had enough experience where you've hit your head on the wall in one theme of your life that when it happens, you're not freaking out every time. You're just like, oh, okay, this is the thing happening again. Last time when I did this, then this occurred. So you're less reactive than you were, you know, in your 20s. And also you kind of passed your Saturn return. So I don't feel like explaining what that means. You can just Google it, but it just calms you down a little bit. And I think it's mostly just you've had enough experience. So when things are not going well, you know it's going to be okay because you've had enough experience of things not going well. And things were always okay in the end, even though they felt like the whole world is falling apart as you're going through it. Hello. Yeah, I literally start hallucinating in my studio when I spend too much time on my own. I don't even know if I'm imagining. I just start feeling energies in such a strong way. And like the world and people start to feel more and more distant, and I feel like I kind of float into the abyss. It's not good, felt the brain. Yeah, exactly. Let's see your artwork. Alrighty, I'll show you guys my art in a second. Can't believe we're getting 45 likes. See, we should just do quality chats like this. I shouldn't even be multitasking, and then I'll just keep it a mystery and tell you guys, hey, I'm an artist, not show you my art. You can do the research and look me up on Instagram where my profile is more curated. How about that? Maybe that works better for YouTube, you know? I literally just got 2 likes as I said that. So, oh my gosh, did I seriously just get an additional what? Are we at 50 right now? Listen, I don't think I'm ever gonna show you my art on YouTube anymore. It clearly is working better when I don't show you and we keep it a mystery and you gotta do the research yourself. We can just talk about nonsense. We can just explore what it's like to be human here. Ooh, Nakuta11, you're an Aussie artist. I was supposed to go to Australia for Christmas, but I don't think that's happening anymore. Probably not. But I actually love Australia. It is such a paradise. I thought it was just gonna be like desert land. I mean, which I know the center is, but I didn't realize there's gonna be so many plants. I went to Sydney and I was like, this is so beautiful. What the heck? Like, we should maybe keep it a secret, you know? We should not tell more people how beautiful Australia is because then everyone's gonna move there. But it is really far from everything, so you're in the middle of nowhere. Where is Karma? Karma's in China. I'm in Japan. I post my shorts at random times, so it's not actually representative of real time. I took that short maybe like a week and 2 days ago. I don't have nachos, guys. All right. How do you say Eirdís? You say Eirdís like Eirdís. I know you peoples who can roll the R, can pronounce it quite well. Eirdís. So EI is pronounced A in Icelandic, and then when you have the I with like the comma at the top, it's E, pronounced E. So Eirdís. Well, if you guys do have Instagram, it's exactly use a random alphabet. Totally got me. So it's EIRDIS. How do you say Eirdís? Yup, I think you can still check it. I am from Iceland, and so I'm Icelandic and Chinese, and I grew up between Iceland and China and Japan, and I also lived in New York. That is the quickest way for me to summarize my life, actually. I should totally just say that. Because usually when people ask me, where have you lived? I'm always like, oh my gosh, how do I answer? How fun is research to you? I don't even consider research. I think that's how much I probably do it without realizing. But I'm constantly learning about astrology. I have a huge interest in it from every possible angle. The philosophical, the esoteric, like the Vedic, the Western, the Eastern. I really just go deep on astrology. And I'm researching it all the time. And metaphysics in general, I'm just quite interested in it. I should probably do as much research into artists, but I just don't like necessarily feel like it all the time. When I do come by artists I love, it's always like, wow, I'm inspired, and I'll remember that forever. But I don't feel as compelled to be continuously looking at other artists' work for some reason. I care more about developing my own. Thank you, Demon Slayer girl. My ethnicity, I'm Icelandic and Chinese. So I'm not Chinese, I'm Icelandic and Chinese. My dad's blonde and blue-eyed. Yes, Robadobo. I like your username, but we should all fall in love with the universe because the universe will love us back, or it does love us back at all times. I know, I kind of look Filipino, don't I? Thank you, Demon. Hi, good talk, Tiak. That is Do I like KFC? I mean, yes. Fun fact, my parents went on their first ever date at KFC in Iceland. Very romantic, I know. I didn't build a shelf in the back. This is just a temporary studio. All right. Damn, there's a lot of messages. Okay, why do you have a moderator? Blah, blah, blah. My moderator's the best. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, I just went through all the messages. This was super fun. Let me show you guys my art. We're gonna remove the mystique now so you can see my work. However, I will be drawing probably not live, I think. Okay, let me show you guys. Ooh, wait. 1 second. Remember the piece I was working on yesterday that looked like nothing? So now we have a hand. Now we have a face. An eyeball. Another hand, hidden, transparent in the background. Boobs. A child. Kind of. In the ethers. Thank you. Thank you, Akor. You're new here. We got so many new peoples here. Yes, my dad is Viking. All right, so this is what we've been working on, and maybe, well, I don't mind doing a little bit of, but I feel like I'm probably just gonna go off live so I can focus, even though I'm kind of curious if we can get to 60 likes, guys. Should I try? I don't think I've ever made it to 60. Use a random alphabet. Have we ever made it to 60 likes? What's going on? Yeah, because my moderator is on top of it. He's the best. Let's not get to the... Aw, that's very sweet, RX, but it would be super sick if we can get to 60 likes. I do custom pieces, Dream Chasers. I totally do custom. You can hit me up on Instagram or my email. It's actually in my description on my YouTube channel. I was in here, drop a like, please. Oh my gosh, the likes are coming in hot. Coming in hot. Well, we have, yeah, let's see actually. What is that painting? Do you guys see how it's just like energetically flowing though? Kind of magnificent. Lol. Wait, okay, guys, can we actually get to 60 likes? That's gonna be really cool. I feel like that might be the most amount of likes that I've gotten in a live session. It was either 50 or 60. Get my Instagram back from Urban. I'll be sure to message you. Yeah, do that. Awesome. Totally. Actually, did I do a custom piece this year? No, I didn't. But last year I did like 4 customs. Awesome. Yeah, and you guys should totally check out my Instagram. That's where I post most of my art. On here, we pretty much just hang out. And we just are human. Can that be good enough content for YouTube? Like, hey, what's up? I'm human. Let's have human time, everyone. Oh, yeah, and I'm also an artist, so I'm part-time human, part-time artist. Thank you, good Taktiak. I appreciate it so much. Aw, Dream Chasers, I appreciate it. We art human. That should be my tagline. Yeah, arting is an action. We artfully art human. 59. I only see 57 likes. Well, maybe racism's on your mind. I don't think about racism at all with so little in my life. I do remember, though, in America that I literally got spat on once in the subway, and the guy was like calling me Asian and something, or panda. Just like the guy was tripping. And depending on the day, people would see me as a white girl or an Asian girl. And honestly, I'm just like, can I, like, I'm basically both and neither. Can I not just exist? Like, why does race even, why is that even a thing? Like, no one cares about it outside of certain countries. Yeah, US is so, they just feel like they need to classify you according to race. It's like, dude, I never feel like I'm a race, you know? Like, I feel like I'm actually just being both Icelandic and Chinese, and then having lived in different countries, I just feel like me. Like, or other. I feel alternative. All right. Okay, I'm gonna put y'all here, and we're gonna get to 60 likes, and then I'm gonna leave you guys to enjoy your days, enjoy your nights. I mean, like, do I look full Asian though? Like, I always felt really tripped out in America when people would be like, you know, it's because you're Asian. And I'm like, I'm not Asian. Because when I'm in Asia, nobody thinks I'm Asian. And then I've also gotten, like, some dude was like, oh no, it's because you're a white chick. And I'm like, dude, I'm not a white chick. What are you talking about? Meanwhile, when I go to places like Turkey, Spain, places that I'm not at all, I'm not from those places, they all think I'm from there. They're like, oh, you're one of us. I'm like, ah, dude, I am not one of you. I literally, like, yeah. So anyway, that's my life, story of my life. Just everything and nothing at the same time. Yeah, I could be half Japanese. I mean, Japanese and Chinese, you know, it's not far off, you know? Or Singaporean, it's all sort of the same. I have two half sisters that are half Japanese and half Icelandic, and we look like the same ethnicity. I don't see the 60 likes though. I think over here I only see 59 likes, so we're almost there at core, but let's see. It's weird. Do I not see the same amount of likes that you guys do? I got 60 likes. I see it now. All right, guys. This was solid. This was super efficient, super awesome. It's only 5 p.m. Thanks so much, User Random Alphabet. Keep killing it with your music, AA. And this was like mad efficient, mad productive. I love it. Don't know if I'm going to go live again tonight. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. We'll see. But this was really fun. I hope you guys subscribed so you can be part of more of these lives. And we just hang out and be human together. Bro. Okay. Anyway, so much love, guys. And I'll see you guys in my next streams. Ciao, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, User Random Alphabet. You killed it as always. All right, bye.